I'm going to start this video by showing defense by Mobley of the Cavaliers on LeBron James, because it is stupid and it's pointless. It's ineffective, and because it's LeBron James, it's most likely going to get a whistle. You didn't stop him. You didn't affect the shot. You were backpedaling. What you did with your arms looks like you're just preparing to get hit with a clear out arm. It doesn't look like you're trying to actually stop the shot. So what the hell was the point? That's dumb basketball. So the alternative is what? Backpedal completely to where there's no contact at all? Well, that's losing basketball. On the other hand, so is this. Many people get out of the way entirely, which is equivalent of giving the other team a layup. And sometimes even then there's a whistle. Now, LeBron people might be saying, yeah, that's what makes him so great. No, it's an indicator of the sad state of defense in the NBA. So now we circle back to Grant Williams, simply wrapping LeBron up on a very similar play. If we recall Hack-a-Shaq, that was a strategy to stop an extremely large person from just scoring at will in the paint and putting him on the free throw line. Shaq wasn't good at free throws. That's a strategy by the other team. It makes sense. When the opponent has a weakness, you focus on that weakness and you make it work for you in order to win. Currently, LeBron has multiple weaknesses. He doesn't seem to have many finishing options other than a layup and a bailout, and he's shooting free throws poorly. Strategically, if you're the other team and you aren't simply stopping him in his tracks from getting to the rim and sending him to the free throw line, you're dumb. Now, one of you new era NBA fans is going to say some crap like, yeah, but he's big. Who wants to take a charge? Hey, the job description doesn't say take a charge when you want to. If Scott Pollard can suffer broken sternums and ribs at the hands of Shaquille O'Neal, people can start getting in LeBron's way. And in the case of LeBron, LeBron's not going to like that resistance. LeBron will stop going in the paint. And considering his outside shooting, that will leave him with absolutely nothing. Now for the other crybaby argument that this is a dirty strategy, I'm not saying elbow him. I'm not saying punch him. I'm saying get in his way. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing in the NBA rulebook, well, at least not officially, that says you are required to get out of LeBron James's way. You should exploit your opponent's weakness. But I cover that more in the toughness podcast that I'll release later this week. Let's get back to strategy. I can't be the only person who sees this. I know you guys who watch my channel see this, but I mean team-wise, coach-wise, people who coach this sport professionally. There's no way they can't see this. What is happening? And I start to sound conspiratorial again. Why on earth aren't you taking the obvious route of stopping the one weapon that remains for LeBron James? Being in the lane, but not stopping him, not fouling him in a significant manner to actually affect the shot, and just giving him an end one opportunity, at the least 2 free throws, is terrible, terrible basketball. Instead of exploiting LeBron's weaknesses, we see people just playing Olay basketball, getting out of the way. Hey, let's just give him the bucket. And sometimes, even when they give him the bucket and get out of the way, he still gets a foul call. All he has to do is flail his arms. So if you're the coach of the other team and you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, why wouldn't you choose the option where he at least has to go to the free throw line to earn the points? I know some people have expressed, hey, don't compare LeBron and Jordan. Look, I agree, they're not comparable. But I know that there's a counter argument being made right now that involves Jordan saying, oh, well, so what? You think that they should have hit Jordan every time he drove the lane? Well, they did hit Jordan when he drove the lane. But what I really want to focus on is that Jordan didn't just go head down and bulldoze. Jordan actually had some moves and did some impressive, graceful things to try and get to the rim and would still get hit. Not always, sometimes. But I don't think it's fair to compare someone who actually is making an attempt at getting to the rim while avoiding the defender with someone who absolutely 100% plans on running into the defender as soon as he starts dribbling. I'm going to say really quick, because I know it's burning in a lot of your brains, that LeBron has his offhand on the torso of the offensive player regularly when he's on defense, on the rare occasion that he's actually within the defensive play. These days, he kind of just stays out of it entirely. But when you do see him down there, he has a hand or a forearm on the lower torso of the offensive player and does not get whistled for it. I haven't seen him get whistled for it. So whether or not you think this is ticky-tacky or not, it's not being called consistently. And I've been keeping the receipts. That will be an entire video in itself demonstrating this. To be clear, I concede that this is a foul, or at least today it's a foul. You got to know that in today's game, that's going to get called a foul. What I have a problem with is that it's a pretty soft foul, a stupid foul, a foul committed by someone who's backpedaling, and it's a layup. And this dude does the shoulder shrug, and his team is acting like he just won the championship. I mean, it reeks that part of their job description is to cheer for this insecure bitch. I mean, you can cheer for your teammate, but do you have to do this crap every time the ball finally goes through the cylinder? They remind me of the nerds on the playground that get picked on by the bully, but when they have a chance to kiss the bully's ass, are all over it, just in a desperate attempt to make their lives better. I know I left out some things, but I probably covered it in the podcast that I already recorded and will release a little bit later this week. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.